This is okay here, and we're late joining a round 4 match in the Crazyhouse World Championships. The winner of this match will actually face catask in round 5. And that will be and the winner of that round 5 match will definitely be in the candidates. The loser will have to face 2 elimination matches to have a go. So this is a very important match to have a go at catask in round 5. And since we're late joining, let's just quickly catch up what happened in the first couple of games. We're going to look from the point of view of Antic as black in the first game, and we see here a lot of pressure on the e6 square, so he pushes e6. It's a natural move, creating slight weakness now on f7, but it's safe because there's no piece that can attack it for now. So backs off, gets castled, and now this open f7 is actually now an advantage because of the open rook file. So PawnInTraining got an early attack on g7, but Antic is kicking away this knight because he wants to grab this pawn on e4. So PawnInTraining ignores the attack on the knight, continues his own attack on the king, and takes, bishop takes, queen takes. Notice that all these exchanges, the queen, black has lost some material but stays very safe. So he's lost a rook here and won a knight and a pawn in the process, effectively. And the bishops have been exchanged. So there's been some trade of material which suits white because black's king is a little bit more open, but black has also cleared away the one dangerous piece. And so now white's bringing in another dangerous piece, looking for knight takes pawn, and also bishop takes bishop, so there's a double 2 ideas. So trade, again, and f7, okay, I missed that as well. Backs off, g7 is still protected, so he's still safe. Harassing this queen and solidifying, g7 is still protected by the queen, so it's still okay. And the queen finds itself chased around the board. It could have gone here, potentially. And I'm not sure what would black have done after this. C takes b2, just grabbed a pawn here, right? Okay, so instead, PawnInTraining gave up 2 pieces for that queen, and he wants to maybe put a knight on f7 or a pawn on f7. But first, dealing with his own king safety, but he's got a problem on the back rank. He's only got 1 rook on the back rank, and now no rooks on the back rank, and this is suddenly a problem. Takes, queen takes, but the queen cannot be taken because why can't the queen be taken? I'm imagining there's some problems here. This square is weak, so if you take this queen, there's maybe a pawn drop and a knight drop here. So instead, this, but that doesn't stop this whole idea. Oh, it does, because the bishop's still protecting. So this happened, staying safe, and just getting in on the back rank. So that's how Antic won game 1. Game 2, maybe we should try and speed up a little bit. And so game 2, what happened? Game 2 is this one pushing the e-pawn, the other pushing the d-pawn. Just checking briefly, I am live on lichess, that's cool. Flourish is also streaming this, so this is a double stream. Getting back to game 2. So game 2 is as follows. So here, yeah, white has a lot of choices in this position. I heard Flourish in his stream suggesting e6 even as a very nifty idea, just to block off black's kingside for the rest of the game. This also looks nice. Queen takes pawn, knight takes bishop. So there's attack on f2. Okay. Hi there, Abhijeet. Double coverage. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me okay. That is a bit of a blunder from pawn in training, or is it? What's the idea? I see, maybe, well, I think it was clearly a blunder, but he has ideas of his own. Getting on f2. Takes, he's losing the... So here this looks very promising for white, having opened up this. Knight takes bishop, queen takes, he's still safe. Antic, I see, lost this game, and I'm just wondering at this point how he does it. Yeah, this is the key. This is a critical move. This blocks off your whole queen side, and it just enables black to cover up and defend. So that's just not the correct move. Maybe try a move trying to chase. So black only has 2 pawns, a bishop. Try and get a knight maybe for here and a pawn for here should be white's approach. But okay, this instead, and notice how he's had to give up the queen, and suddenly his king is very safe, and he does get this knight and pawn idea, but too late, too late. So he turned probably what I think was a very strong position into a weak position. And just to prove it, I'm going to look at the engine at this just key critical point, rook e3, just to see if I'm correct. Hi there, Ren Votero. d3. Oh, so black is winning. I just misinterpreted this. I thought something like this was strong, but okay, so I completely misinterpreted this position. Apparently, black is actually doing very well here. The king is going to slide away, and you can just ignore this and exploit the pin. So that was game 2. We're running a little bit behind the action. Let's see. Game 3 has already been played. We'll catch up with the action eventually, but in game 3, Antic is black, and he seems to be continuing his form against Craze, where he lost as white and won as black, which is very impressive, because obviously now already black is looking in a little bit of trouble. Okay, he's a piece up for a pawn, but white is getting the piece back if he wants it, and I don't see why he doesn't want it. So that's a strange move from pawn in training, turning down the piece. Clearly he was worried about this, but this is defended by the queen. Knight checks. The knight checks are defended. The king has time to castle manually. So that was maybe, feels like a strange decision. But anyway, this bishop is not saved anyway. I shouldn't have the explorer on. So this happened. And you can see a queen trade comes and a nice smothered mate. So very pretty win from Antic in game 3. Okay, we are up to the action hopefully. Yes, we're up to the action in game 4. So in game 4, Antic is white. So can Antic win as white? Now this is an interesting position. I have never seen this move before. Just d4 and give away a whole pawn for free. PKR says black is just up a pawn. No, yeah. What does white gain? White hasn't gained any activity. Oh well, I mean, he's got the open bishops, but this is a sort of very strange move, giving up a pawn. And pawn in training takes the solid position as black. Backs off, defends the pawn. Oof, I mean, black, you see, has this sort of dream position of he's both got the open bishops and he has control of the center. So no real weaknesses in black's position. Black has a dream position. Okay. Bishop here, knight here, castles, castles. In fact, if there were any way of getting in, it would be this h6, somehow on the h6 square, and we don't even have a bishop on the dark square diagonal. So takes, knight here, knight here. So black just slowly developing. Takes, bishop here, takes. Light squares are going to be a weakness, because f3 is weak, so Antic is in big trouble here. f3 comes, moves the knight. You see here, black, very slow move, just I don't want to trade my bishop for a knight, I want to trade it for one of your bishops. And we're up to the live position. So a very difficult position, in fact, for white. And he's done the correct thing, absolutely the correct thing. maybe black should have acted quicker to stop that, but I can't see anything quicker. Is there any, if there were any move that quickly gets a pawn, then that would be the move. But I can't see it. Let's see what people are saying. Nope. Okay, so he's trying to get a bishop, but okay, Antic's done a good job clearing away. So now, notice how black doesn't have any pawns, but he still can pick up a bishop whenever he wants to. So backing off the bishop wouldn't necessarily be such a good idea. It might be okay, but there would be a risk of takes, and some kind of bishop drop. But actually, a bishop drop, you could probably just take, and drop a bishop again. So, and by taking this bishop, you're actually losing control on h3. So interesting position. So do you? So the question is, do you back off? I don't think you do. I think you probably defend with the pawn. But let's see what Antic did. He does back off. Okay, I was kind of debating: do we back off or defend with the pawn? And I was in two minds. I guess the problem is takes, bishop here might be quite annoying. So backing off, he's trying to hold on to the diagonals. That makes a lot of sense. Takes is what the line we were considering. And bishop here, okay. We don't care about rook so much. Knight here, okay, just gets the queen out the way. Now you just got to be a little bit worried about pawns on the back rank. White's back rank is a little bit weak. And at some point, the problem is if you take, queen takes, and then if you block rook at g1 is checkmate. This is the problem. So Antic's done something really smart, which is to go for the bishop defense. Bishops are very tough defenders, and if PawnInTraining is going to win this, it's going to take time. And he's just got to try and watch his clock and stay up time and make it difficult. So we're going for the bishop defense. 4 bishops around the king, breakthrough, if you can. And if you just look at the material balance just now, 4 bishops, and we also have knight and rook. So knight and rook and 2 pawns. So white might actually be a pawn up. So less king safety, but actually a pawn up. But pawns don't really, it's not the pawns counter anything. You have to get in. You need an opening. Yeah, so black is getting the pawn soon enough, and he's going to stick the pawn on e2. So that's the next few moves sorted. Yeah, very good move to try and stop that idea. Now trying to harass the queen, but also ideas on g7 to try and actually get some attack going. I was actually considering even moves like queen takes rook and rook at e2, but I'm sure they're bad. Okay, knight takes queen is check. That's got to be a mistake from PawnInTraining. You don't want to give away a queen with check. Just and both sides are down to the last 20-25 seconds or so. And if I'd have to say one thing about these two players, PawnInTraining is a very tough player, but maybe his one weakness, if anything, is in low time. So that's Antic's only hope, really, in this position. Just try and keep things complicated enough that, well, the problem is black doesn't have that much material, but I think black is still winning here. White just simply doesn't have material on the board. These squares are too open. But really great defending. So knight here is a mate threat, by the way. So we're losing a queen, but now knight takes queen is a mate threat on knight takes queen is going to be a mate threat, unless he's worried about mate himself somewhere. Ah. Well, now take rook with check. Always take pieces with check. He didn't take the rook with check. I don't get it. Okay. And now, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Oh. Bishop here. king takes bishop. He loses the queen with check, so that's game over. Yeah. Yeah, nicely done from PawnInTraining. In low time, he really proved himself. So the match goes 2-2. And if anyone wants to hop in to the Discord, I'm in House Party channel. And it seems to be holding up for now. Actually, my connection is pretty low in House Party channel. So I'll make the offer, but if no one joins in the next couple of minutes, I'll actually disconnect from Party channel because my connection there is a bit shaky. And PKR with an interesting idea, rook at h7 instead of pawn. Okay. This looks like a... So we see here, this looks like a... On the face of it, this doesn't look very promising for black, but it's the kind of thing I can imagine Jan Lee playing, to sort of sitting back for a little, letting white attack, and then slowly consolidating and finding, just bringing pieces around his king in the center to get safety. So if no one's going to join me in House Party, I might as well disconnect. So it's just last call if people do want to join me. But I might need to disconnect myself because it's shaky. So okay. Yeah, you always want to block off the open files. That's very clear. So blocking off a second time so that he can now do something with this pawn. But it'd be very risky to do anything because there would be bishop takes knight, pawn takes, rook takes bishop, king takes, and there are no knight checks worth noting, but still looks risky. Yeah, so that wouldn't work at all because d2 would be potentially weak, but still something to be aware of. So we're going to probably see this. Not sure what it does exactly, but because queen takes queen, rook takes queen, queen here, maybe this. We don't really want this pawn on h2, although we could take it in theory. Okay, so 2-2 and it's a tight game. Yeah, hi there Abhijeet. Do you want to join in? See if it works for a while?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello. Audible?
greetings. Good to hear you. So how
Yeah. Match is at 2-2, which is
exciting.
yeah. How am I? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, these two have both been playing
Yeah.
for longer than me.
Yeah. Means like PawnInTraining is very active on Discord as well. So
Yes. They're,
he posts interesting stuff.
yep. They're both quite active, and they've both been active in the Crazyhouse community for many years, since 2017.
Yeah. So I've seen them in even a previous CWC.
Yep, indeed.
And they are like they didn't make it to the candidates, but this time maybe one of them can make it.
Yeah, it'll be hard. Even this time
Or
it'll be
or,
hard.
bo-
But
or
they,
both of them. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you're right. One of them has a chance
Because
to. They face catask, but then after that
yeah,
they'll have a couple of elimination matches, maybe. So it's like
yeah,
50-50.
because there is a lower bracket and there are four slots there as well in the lower bracket, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah. So
there
if
is
they win twice in the lower bracket,
there, there is,
then yeah, they'll have to get through another very tough
yeah,
opponent.
but against Katask it will be a very hard task, uphill task
Of course.
to get through.
Yes.
White is kind of sitting right now and trying to defend,
Yep.
and e3 opens up a bit of space.
Yep. Indeed. And you don't want to lose a rook, because a rook will come and haunt you on the back rank.
Yes. And c3 also like crumbles the positions.
C3 might just
So
hold if the knight were... Yeah, I thought C3 might hold, but yeah.
now the rook enters the back rank. Maybe not immediately. Maybe just, yeah, okay, immediately is also fine.
Looks good.
And now follow up, I guess, is just some trades. Take some knights and maybe c3 square can be targeted a bit. Sacrifice there a bit.
Yeah, so
Like
I can
take
imagine.
one of these knights on c.
Yeah, so you really want to take one of the knights, but the problem is you're always nervous. If you take the knight, you're making the white queen active. But yeah, I agree. Taking the knights.
Yeah. Also, white doesn't have any pawn in hand. Like some pawn at e7, and even e7 square is covered. So black is in complete control. But it will be miraculous if like white somehow even like turns the game, because it has to defend for a lot of moves.
Yes. So interesting. He went for the knight protecting b2.
Knight at b1.
Well, he's laying camp in white's position, right? like visually.
Yes, this knights on the back rank, they are part of some very beautiful mates, because they cover some king escape squares. But in this case, it's just like taking control of c3 square, I guess. Pawn at c3 next, or
Yes.
queen c3.
Yeah, pawn c3 definitely. But more what it is you're just setting up camp in white's position. Like the more pieces you have in white's position, the harder it is for him to get rid of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just
In like normal chess people, if they see this position, they think like it's like both players cooperated and they made this position.
yeah, knight takes bishop forced.
Like how can pawn at g7 was an attempt, but it's not enough
Bishop
activity.
bishop g4 made a lot of sense, but interestingly he wanted to keep the g4 square for the knight. So that's very creative. Well, bishop at h5, bishop at h5 would have made more sense than bishop on f1, but he goes for f1, which is interesting.
So ultimately, the c3 square does
c3 square
the
falls,
final,
exactly.
like.
Yeah, yeah, that's why it's so good in games to
I
just...
think so somewhere in the last game, and PawnInTraining played c3 move. So like people in chess also, they if we play f3 move or like something, it's very weakening. And in Crazyhouse we also have to make sure we don't play this c3 move as well.
Yes. Yeah, so it's always just like to think, well, what is the weak square in the position? And Antic, you know, with this... Yeah, c3 was really well defended, but he managed to break it open.
Yeah, and the worst part about Crazyhouse is even if there is a weakness, we can always recycle and do something about it. In chess, we can we can say, okay, we have a weakness, but I'll defend and everything goes fine.
Yeah,
But in Crazyhouse, one weakness, and you unless you counter attack, it's tough.
yeah, or you need pawns to patch up.
Hmm. Yeah, like pawn moves, like even in Crazyhouse, very it's like you should always try and avoid it, because it will create a lot of holes like e6 h6, which is very common in normal chess, but here we never see any lines.
Yep.
Like there are few lines. So this is a normal Scandinavian type of position, knight on d5, I
Yeah, so
guess.
white's given up a pawn on c3,
On c3,
and there's another pawn going to
and
drop on e4 next, potentially. So you're going to get
yeah,
some
forking
queen
few
d2 at
minor pieces.
queen e2, maybe at e4 is a choice for black here. Oh, that's also, that might be even stronger. So queen takes knight and give up the rook. Looks fine.
Yeah, pawn at e4 or pawn at b2. So b2 is also like
But here,
maybe
white gets a knight and a pawn for the rook, so that seems like a good deal.
yeah, and it's also early in the opening, so the rook won't do that much damage.
Yeah. There are no knight forks on c2 or anything. Yeah. So PKR says
Yeah,
bishop at
bishop at
b4.
b4. PKR
Oh,
said,
oh my goodness. Yeah, I missed that.
and now back rank is weak.
Yeah.
And like there is no immediate follow up for the back rank, but it's a like permanent weakness.
And
There is a like fake queen on a1.
yeah, we're just down. We're down material. That's the problem. Oh, that's not a good move.
And
That's not a good move because
queen a3 stops castling, but yeah, it it it's slow, I guess, because stopping castling means like we have to first safety our king as well. But now
yeah.
king it okay.
So there are two reasons it's not good. Firstly, now the white queen is no longer defending the king, and secondly, I mean he went pawn at d2, but he also had pawn at b4. And where does the queen actually go after pawn at b4? It just goes to a stupid square. It's not trapped, but it's just looking
Mm.
stupid. So Antic is 3-2 up, but PawnInTraining in the driver's seat in this one.
The whites are winning actually, I think so in every game. If we see it's always
Yeah,
uh,
black,
being switched up.
black is winning every game. Yes,
Oh wait, yeah, black is winning every game.
yes. It's quite funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it has happened several times in previous matches you have covered that black wins, but it's rare.
Yeah, previous Antic matches, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, he did the same against Craze, the GM, the Australian Grandmaster. Just beat him.
yeah, yes, he's Craze is always making a lot of videos, but now he's focusing on normal chess.
Yeah,
But he made a lot of Crazyhouse videos as well.
he did. He's withdrawn now from the tournament. He came back
Oh,
and then
but
he's
like
with.
he went to I think the fourth or fifth round. I haven't seen the bracket that much,
Yeah, he
but
did.
maybe he won.
He won a game and then he's decided actually I'm going to pull out. Actually, that's a good point. That just reminds me. Did he win in the elimination bracket before pulling out? Because in that case, someone should technically take his place. I hadn't thought of this.
On at b2 or queen. I'm thinking queen h4, but maybe it's not the best option. Antic is commenting while he's playing because he has to defend. So he says pawn at b2 is bad.
He's afraid of pawn at b2 takes bishop takes knight, and the king is right in the open d file, so he's right. Yep.
Yeah, and then the e3 square will be the square which will decide the game because like or any of the dark squares near the king, white king.
Yeah. So thanks for reminding me about Craze. I need to get in touch with uh, the FM Royal Blue 04 who Craze defeated because he gets a second chance now because Craze withdrew.
Yeah, I think so. This has happened for the second time, right? Because like there are people who withdraw at the fourth or fifth
Yeah.
round, and
Yeah, so
then
if you withdraw after a loss, like then there's no one to replace you. But if you withdraw after beating someone,
mhm,
then the person you beat should get a chance to replace you. That's the idea.
yeah,
So this is double-edged. I think this is a mistake. It's a mistake. I think
bishop
this.
at c6.
Yeah, because he thinks there's no threat
Like
actually.
I was thinking queen h4 would be faster,
So the
like
pro,
queen
so
h4
the
or
pro,
something on h3 or h4.
so the problem with this move is pawn on g2 is defended, and knight h3 doesn't work because he's only got one knight. So you can just go king h1. There's no smother.
Now he's aiming rook at h1.
There's
Okay. Yeah, the queen. Yeah. So it's a win for white, which is unfortunate. Like
unbelievable,
black was completely winning.
unbelievable. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like
Well,
Antic survives it,
I
and
think yeah, I think bishop c6 was a
very,
mistake.
very crucial break.
Yeah, very crucial.
Mm.
Maybe there was another
The queen
mistake.
on d2 covers the f2 square. So
Exactly.
there is no smothered made
There's
as
no
well. So
exactly. The queen was doing a wonderful defensive job. I think Antic had it though. If he'd played like at b2 and stopped him from castling, that was game over.
so, so we are having b3 opening in Crazyhouse. So
Yep,
no, it's not b3. It's like bringing maximum pawns to the third rank and being very solid.
yep. It's not a good idea. I mean, as white. I mean, I can understand why PawnInTraining's doing it. He's thinking, Antic's not very good at playing white. Maybe I should pretend to be black here and see how it goes.
Yeah,
So
just give a move and then
yeah.
just counter. Like,
Yeah, exactly. See how it goes.
like unless it's like e4, e5 or super sharp line, it's fine to give a move. Like I don't know like what's the limit, but like people say never waste a move or every move is very important, especially in Crazy House. But
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you
if
know
it's
that
not e4, e5,
you're losing. Like the eval bar is going to drop if you just give a move, and it can in critical positions. I mean, I've seen in the CWC there've been some positions it's gone from you're winning by a queen to you're losing by a queen because you just did some random move.
after like 10, 15 moves, when we are in the middle game, anything can happen. It's very crazy.
Yes, you could be a
There are
queen
so
up.
many candidates,
You can be a queen up,
and
but if you just start wasting moves, you can lose straight away.
so bishop f5, like I think so. It helps white actually because it can be easily targeted with g4, and maybe e3 is an idea, but
But I like it because
e3 from black.
he's protecting his pawn on e4. Okay, PawnInTraining going for it now. He's probably being forced to play h6, whether he likes it or not. I mean, unless you want to sack. I think, yeah,
Yeah, like knight takes g4 if that is playable, but it helps white.
it helps
So I
white, yeah.
don't know what the best
So it would be knight takes g4,
what's the best.
bishop takes knight, pawn takes, queen takes pawn. You bring your queen out, but you open up the h file, and yeah, it's very double-edged. Oh, I don't like giving up the bishop, though.
And now maybe
I don't like this.
yeah, but knight takes c2 and pawn at d3 and okay, yeah, but
Yeah, knight c2, e3 was
can
interesting,
collect
actually.
some pawns.
Knight c2 and pushing e3 was actually very interesting.
But
You're
we
right.
have to. I don't think so. White has anything immediate on the king side.
Yeah,
Let
nothing
me see.
immediate.
But
No.
so yeah, we can maybe so like d3 square can be targeted a bit by black.
Knight takes h7 here might be interesting. Yep, he does it.
Uh,
Because the knight,
yeah,
it's like
like
desperado. The knight's being lost anyway. Might as well, might as well sacrifice myself for something. It's actually quite a nice move. Because now rook takes knight comes with tempo. Next. Yep, just ignores it.
okay,
Interesting.
so black is ignoring
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
maybe black wants to close the h file by going bishop h4. It's too complicated.
Yeah, he wants to force exactly. This is what black wants. He wanted to force pawn takes knight. Now the h file is closed. Yeah,
Mm.
and notice. Yeah,
So like white giving a tempo in the opening kind of didn't help white that much. Black is I think so better, I guess,
Yeah,
because there's no immediate threat.
yeah.
Pawn at h6 or h6 push um, won't be that decisive.
Pawn at
So
g6 is it does not work.
yeah, pawn at g6 will
This-
be better.
it doesn't
Pawn at
work.
g6 will.
Yeah, it doesn't work because you take it with check. So so it's,
Ah, yeah, yeah. The f file will be opened.
yeah. Okay, nicely done. Closing up the H file, and yeah,
Queen g5. Yeah. So I don't see a mate, but a lot of pawns can be dropped by black,
yeah.
and
Knight c2,
white will be left with only moves.
knight c2 even is an idea.
Knight c2 now, yeah, because
What he
the
did is also
bishop is.
yeah. What he did is also really nice. So if rook takes, you're winning the rook with check even after knight f5. So you can't take that pawn. But if you don't, you can't go to h3
Uh,
because you could go to h. Yeah, you can't go to h3 because knight f2, knight takes, queen g3 is mate. So knight f2 would be picking up the queen. And if you're going,
h3, but now king h2 maybe. Okay, he goes
yeah, king h2,
king
you'd have
f3,
at
king
g,
h2 or
you'd have at g3, and that doesn't look very,
at g3.
yeah,
Maybe, yeah, almost a mate. Maybe.
yeah. So it's not very
Yeah,
appetizing.
I think so. It's a mate. If it
So yeah, f.
now f3 means pawn drops on the light squares. Uh,
There's nothing for yeah,
Queen sack, queen takes g4.
yeah. It's too
No, I
much.
don't think
Yeah,
so.
it's too
It's
much.
working.
So he's trying to pick up the knight. Bishop takes knight. Yeah, okay. And the problem is that does block up the bishop. It's kind of slightly annoying, but yeah. So at g, oh, that's very cunning. Yeah, bring in the queen again. So queen g3 is now an idea. Queen g3, queen g3, and then
Actually, white king can run a bit if it goes to the queen side. Uh, so like black has to be very precise. But yeah, now the queen on f4 cuts it. So like if
you're
black
right.
went queen g3, then
Yeah, you're right.
there was a chance.
Yeah, he just runs away. You're absolutely right. He got what he wanted here.
f4 is
He's
better
opened up.
square.
He's also got knight c2 check again. He didn't play knight c2 check, which is a shame. But
King f1 was mate, I guess. With no, king f1 was not mate. But yeah, knight e3 or something, but
so
not now.
the problem is time. Yeah, but it's a very very juicy position here. Okay, so pawn check,
Yeah,
king f1.
like
What's the
white
finish?
is defending.
Oh, sorry, got the queen. Yeah,
White is defending the e3 square. Like there is a mate. Okay, yeah. I
nice.
thought the mate would be created on e3 square, but
Yeah,
c2.
it was c2 as the weakness. Yeah, exactly. It's always fun at the end of the game to see what was the weak square. Yeah, so c2 is the weak square. So very nicely
Like
played by Antic.
Antic has white. Yeah, Antic has white now, and if he wins, then maybe they won't play the entire 10 games, so
Yeah,
the match might end.
yeah. So it is just in tennis terms, it is just one break of serve, but it's a big uphill battle for PawnInTraining now.
Mm.
5 games to 2 to Antic.
So the game, 2 games before where Antic won when he should have lost was the important like
Yeah,
break point
absolutely. Yeah,
for the entire match.
it was critical.
I don't know this opening. Black is like creating a pawn cube, which
This
is strange
it's too
in the
compact. Yeah,
French.
yeah. You don't want your pawn cube to be stuck up against your pieces. So if it were in the
Yeah,
center
and
of the board,
white has no problems because like black is.
yeah, yeah. White just develops normally, even trading.
TKR says that there is a forced draw here with some pawn takes f6. I don't know what's the draw. Okay,
But
you just continuously like exchange pawns. on f6.
Yeah, but
Drop on g5 and take.
takes f6, rook. Oh yeah, sorry, it was before rook g2. Yeah, that was interesting. You could have tried that one. Yeah, in this sort of position, you don't even want to trade as white. I mean, because black's pieces are stuck. You just want to develop your existing pieces. But so you didn't really want to trade that bishop because the bishop's now coming back into a much better position.
Maybe maybe black can try bishop a6 and get some activity because like d file is cold, close, g file is close.
That's true. And I just realized
Somewhere
the knight on c6
maybe
wasn't so bad. Yeah. Oh, this is nice actually. So you want knight f6 at the end of the line. So at e5, knight f6.
uh, uh, forking the rook, most probably bringing the king to e7,
Yeah, that would be game over.
and then
So why does he
now
not do it? He doesn't
white
do
is
it.
being very solid.
Yeah, because he was
White,
afraid of
yeah,
takes
white doesn't want
f6.
to enter it.
Yeah, so takes f6 actually black ignores. He just goes
Takes
knight
f6.
takes d4. If takes f6, just knight takes d4 was coming. So he wants to stay solid.
Uh, yeah, and like then black will have the entire center, and like white will have to like somehow create something
Yeah.
near the king. Otherwise, the center is
Yep.
well protected, well controlled by
But
black.
in terms of long-term plan, his idea is very simple: f6. Just target all your pieces at f6, and you're seeing it again, f6. So knight d5 would defend f6. Bishop e7 again. It's a good one. And there's always the threat if pawns are traded at e2, which is sort of annoying. So I don't think this is too
After the
fun.
trades happen, after the trades happen, white may not have a chance to castle pawn trades. So like now also it cannot castle, and after they can be at e2.
Yeah.
So like here white has to make a choice to maybe um, solidify the structure or just keep a outpost and like target the f6 square.
Yep. Queen d2, pretty much forced. Oh, it's queen c1.
Queen c1, queen d2.
Hi there, Zaraza. I'm with Abhijeet in Discord house party.
Oh, okay. Zaraza and Lepa.
And Lepa, hi
Lep.
there. Yeah, Abhijeet from India, uh, now a famous Crazyhouse player, right?
Not at all. I'm like complete beginner. I'm like minus 4 years than you. Like you have played 4 years more Crazy House than me.
Yeah, but you're very well known now. Okay, so he's going for the mate. Is this turned south really quickly, didn't it? Double check,
Yeah.
check.
So like somehow like somewhere white should have solidified the structure, and it pawn at e2 just somehow all these knights came in, which is strange. I
Yeah,
think so. White chose queen c1.
I think c1 was correct. Yeah,
Queen d2 would have been a bit better.
it blocked. He'd have been mated by now as well, though. So on d2 maybe. So because the knight
Just
it gave the king more luft on c1, and the king had more place to run.
yeah, like king f1 might not be possible, but I don't know where the
Hey
king would
guys,
run.
Hi there.
hey guys,
You Cinnamon? No, who are you?
Cinnamon.
Adopted by?
Adopted
hey
by
guys.
Cinnamon.
Yeah. Hi. What's your name on lichess? We're live streaming a Crazy House World Championship match, so let us know who you are.
He disconnected.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
it's fine. So the strongest Crazyhouse player from India is Nihal Sarin. So the maximum I've survived is 24, 25 moves.
Yep,
It's he's insane. Very active always. No chance to breathe.
yep,
And also he won't miss a mate. He's very sharp in calculation.
yep, indeed.
Okay, White's king is running. First went to the queen side. Now it doesn't have a path. Black is maybe short of a piece. I don't know how black
Just,
mates here.
just queen takes rook
No,
was
white doesn't have enough to start anything. So yeah, white solidifies.
queen takes rook is good enough for black, but I don't know
Yeah, now
why.
I think so. White has made a recovery because now the black king, queen on d7 is not that great.
So
There were two swings in this game.
I
Yeah, and now knight takes c5 would have been, oh my god, what is this? Uh, White should have been winning with knight takes c5. I don't know.
I think at the end Antic was still lost, but Pawn in Training had clearly had something.
Yeah, but the game yeah, there was a meet in one or something. Zaraza said.
So I'll just see where we
So
missed the
this
mate.
prolongs the match a bit.
So the mate was bishop at f1, and you can take it, but by taking it, queen takes f1 is
Mate
mate.
in two
So it's mate in two
at
there.
move 34.
Yeah.
Yeah, move 34.
Oh, so bishop at f1. Yeah, bishop at f1, rook takes, and queen takes. Yeah. On move 34. Yeah, a couple of times, and then I mean, but there are simple moves like just just queen takes rook was
Yeah,
fine,
but both of them were in like 5 seconds. So
but they weren't.
they
But
were just focusing on one idea.
I mean, Pawn in Training had a minute and
Okay, okay, yeah.
a minute and 17 to think about how to mate.
So maybe he just wants to extend the match a bit more.
Yeah, he wants to put pressure, wants to put time pressure. Yeah, but sometimes you should just look for the
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, just play simple moves. Yeah, just play simple moves to try and flag the opponent.
Yeah,
But yeah, this made into like is portable, but
yeah. If you just
maybe
take 30 seconds, have a think. Yeah, sometimes it's worth it.
so this is a solid setup from in this game from white, like g3 h3. It's always very solid.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to break, and that's why Antic's saying, "Well, forget the king side. I'm going to try and break down your queen side." So the weakness again is c3. Okay, so weakness is c3 just as much as ever.
e3,
Gives up the queen.
yeah, and e3 also. E3 is closer to the king, so
Yep,
that weakness will be better.
yep. So this is the sort of position where
Like
black is
pawns.
up a queen, but he still has to do something. Yeah, and going for pawns is great.
And like white spawn have no flexibility, like they are completely split. Uh, yeah, white has few minor pieces. Can try something. Maybe.
The problem is with one move, bishop like a bishop on g3 could defend all those pawns, but then be a waste of a bishop. But yeah, so it's never worthwhile. Like it's tempting to should you do a move like queen at b2? It's tempting. It will probably win a pawn, but just queen at b2, bishop at b3, and the queen suddenly looks silly.
Mm.
But this is you see, yeah, us the pawn is yeah. Well, we've seen it now.
Yeah,
Pawn
the pawn was not protected. Knight before was a bit
the knight
like
before chased away
it
that
was not preserving.
yeah. The night before chased away
Maybe
the
black's
bishop.
point is mhm. Yeah, black's point is maybe trying. do some kind of lot of knight maneuver right now. Sack the queen. I don't know if black wants to sack it
Yeah.
because white is solid, so there is no point in sacking.
Yeah, but if you don't sack, you're going to waste time. So that's the problem. And if you do sack, you're going to lose. Yeah. So black is lost, basically. And the reason why black is lost is at h6 is coming. And what do you do?
Yeah, knight at g4 just completely starts the invasion.
Yeah, it's a very good
At
move.
h6.
It's a very good move. Really good move. Yeah.
And queen e8 is not helping. The king cannot escape now. The king is even more suffocated, so
Yeah.
much difficult. Yeah, I think so. Like tough to create counterplay here. F5 maybe now. So I think so. In this match, we have seen black being like
So knight
super solid
h6.
and not trying to.
Yeah. Takes g7, knight
Yeah,
h6 is now
yeah,
a problem. Takes g7, knight h6 is a threat. That's why you have to take back.
mm. Black always be is very super solid and like just tries and create like very compact structure, but does not look for counterplay. Like generally, I don't know if that's the best strategy, but I think so. Black can survive for a lot of moves here because there isn't mate. Also, the f5 created a f7 escape square.
Yeah, but
White is thinking of how to continue.
black has
On
no
it
attack. Black has
f7.
no attack of his own. That's the that's the problem. I was thinking like
Yeah, it's only the problem.
rook takes f3, bishop takes f3. Oh, good move. Yeah.
Um, yeah, targeting e6
Yeah.
and yeah, there
e6.
is no invasion. Even rook takes f3 right now
Bishop takes, exactly.
won't create any counterplay.
No, nothing.
So yeah, now pawn at f7 or
No,
like
because queen g7 will be
maybe
mate. So game over. So at
so
g7.
like after this it will be mostly like the game the match will continue
Yeah.
if black
At g7 now.
loses and
At g7, and you can't really stop.
uh,
Can't really stop the queen on
this
h8.
CWC we have had like 3 or 4 very close games, right? Like going to the even more than 10 games, like 12 games or 14 games.
Yep.
There have been 1 or 2 matches. And Jan Lee's match was also there, which was
Against. Yep.
okay. So maybe this today's match can also go on for more than 10 games.
So white's got a nice position. Bishop d2 at a3 is one idea. The other idea is knight takes knight and knight at e4. No, bishop takes knight rather, and knight at e4 are the two interesting ideas in this position. Bishop takes knight, pawn takes, knight at e4,
Mm.
double attack on c3. And the other idea is at a3 here, which I really like. So at a3,
Yeah, at a3 is good
so you usually,
because the rook on a1 also feels a bit uncomfortable.
this is a mistake, but yeah. So the line goes at a3, knight takes knight, pawn takes pawn, and then the rook, yeah.
Yeah, but mm,
Yeah.
at a3 is like I would prefer at a3.
Sorry,
I think so. This position has
sorry,
repeated
sorry. This is not a mistake. I'm
few
just.
games back.
This is yeah. This is very standard position. Yeah.
Yeah, because this position was there 2 games back, 2 or 4 games back.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
They played this.
Sorry, I thought you took with a different piece. This is
Bishop at b4.
very standard. This three knights defense. I've seen even Opera play this.
Like I'm this is the first time I'm seeing this position. My knowledge ended after bishop b4. I don't know other
Yeah,
straights and
yeah. I mean, I don't know much either. I've seen
three
this position a
knights.
lot with the three knights like this. The three knights of the apocalypse. The real Grenadiers. Hi, the nightmare. So in these positions, basically, against a strong player, I will basically lose these games because white attacks on g7. So the weak square you're going for is white is g7. Okay, but obviously black's,
But why just sacrifice the queen?
yeah, not so good.
Oh yeah, it was forced actually.
Yeah, and not so good
So
because
like as white,
b2
you
is
would
weak. b2 is weak. Yeah, as white, you want to attack on g7. The problem is you just lost your
so
queen. Yeah,
so if you're black in this three knights defense, you won't choose black, like
I play black.
or you won't choose white.
I think it's equal.
Okay, okay.
I was quite interested in the move at
But there are
b2.
some ideas
At b2 was fun
at
for black. Just the rook's got nowhere to go to.
yeah, it's similar to this like 4 games back where um this rook on a1 was not having anything to do.
Yeah, we're going to see it
And
now.
at b2,
At b2 is
I
coming.
don't think so.
At b2 is coming, and white is basically dead. So hi there, Canadians.
Queen drop on g4.
I'm commentating with Abhijeet from India. Okay, so this is really going for safety. This bishop h6 move. It's very safe, and it has attacking
Yeah, also
ideas.
queen at g4, the move before that.
Queen at
Queen at g4 also, I don't
so it's defend and attack. So pawn
it's
and training is thinking. So one,
g7. Yeah,
yeah, it's actually quite smart. It's like defend attack g2, defend g7. So it's dual purpose moves. They are strong moves. So the threat here is queen takes
mm.
knight. Even
I like those bishop moves.
yeah. So at
Yeah, this
d2,
there are some bishop moves which just attack and defend
yeah.
at the same time.
Like bishop h6 is
So
actually attacking d2. So the interesting idea is queen takes knight, pawn takes. Is d2 anything? And I don't think it is because the king can run to f1 g2. Um, so, but queen takes knight is very tempting. But at b2 was also tempting. Okay, so at b2 I was thinking a few moves ago. He does it now. I might as well take that rook. Oh, interesting. I didn't expect that. I thought, because now you've got two rooks for your queen. Um,
yeah, both sides are solid. Like g7 is defended, so there's nothing there. e2 is also defended, so there's nothing there.
yeah,
Like, I don't see the invasion points for both sides.
the
Maybe
invasion
back
for,
rank for
yeah, back rank, exactly. That's the invasion. Back rank, and you got knight h2 if you ever want to pawn, but then you lose control of e2. So it's double-edged. Oh yeah, yeah. So you really want a knight for e2. Yeah.
but the white king has a luft, so like there's no immediate mate.
Yeah, true.
Just,
Nothing immediate.
somehow if black can get in queen h4, so try and deflect the knight on f3. Okay. But yeah, my plan is not the fastest plan. They might be faster.
Ooh, very
Rook at
defensive.
g6.
That's so defensive from point. I'm not sure that's good. I'd have doubled up on the back rank. So
Yeah, rook at g6. I don't know. Like there was a need to defend g7 more. Rook, two rooks on the back rank would have been better.
yeah. maybe. So maybe white has a chance here.
Yeah. Someone is telling in your chat that at 15th move, queen sacrifice on f3 was like
Yeah,
better for black.
yeah, we thought of that one. Queen takes f3.
Mhm. Now, both sides are being very solid. They just want to prolong. Uh,
And it's done. It's going to be time. So just run. King is safe on g8. Although the rook on h8. Look how
yeah,
silly it.
g8,
Look how silly that rook looks on h8. um, not doing anything. So just
h6, rook on h6. Rook on h8. Yeah,
yeah, the
okay.
rook on h8 is
Yeah, the rook
just
on
stuck.
h8.
He'll never see the light of day. He'll never move this entire game. I promise you. Okay, maybe it will move. Maybe it'll move to g8 one day, but then nope, nope.
Now I think so. Like the best idea is h5,
Ah,
pawn second, rook
ah,
second. That's
yeah.
the only way
Ah, yeah, yeah. Bring the
can
rook
happen. But
alive. Bring the rook alive. Yeah. But then you weaken g6, f7 though. That's the problem.
yeah, f7 is will fall. But yeah, generally what I've seen is you don't take the knights which are very close to the king.
Whoa, whoa.
Like there's
Rook
a
c1. Rook c1's an idea. Rook c1. Queen takes knight e2. Pick up the queen. Back
yeah
rank.
rook c1, yeah.
It was a back rank idea, but it's very tough in low time.
Rook c1 and then something else on the back rank.
Ooh, but black. Yeah, black's still doing really well here. Look at the weaknesses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this formation I know it's game over. Like bishop on g3, pawn at f2, queen on f1. It means like your back rank is falling.
No, notice draw is not good enough. What?
Yeah, it's a must win for black. So black has to make sure that completely invades.
This is not working. Check.
Counter attack starts. Pawn at f7. No, I don't. Counter attack. Knight at e5.
He has to defend the mate. That's the problem. And he just gave away a knight, which is not good.
Now black has to defend g7. Uh, but yeah, there is no queen, so
No.
there's no need to defend. Mm.
Ouch. Yeah, this is all over.
I think so. There's a mate in few moves. Queen at h1. Yeah.
Yeah. So the breakback did mean
5-all.
something. The breakback did mean something. Because every other game, apart from those
Yeah, so
two
there was a
games, there've been two games which white has
so
won.
two games which as yeah, there were two games which the other players should have won. So I think so. It's like it's a fair result going 5-5 in because both of them are very solid. But the match can go on forever if they play like this. If they don't break.
Yep. So it's going to be two more games till we see a decider. We could actually have a look at Queen takes f3 last game, since this game is very peaceful at the moment. It's a very peaceful game so far. Let's quickly.
Yeah, this g3 h3. Yeah, last game's queen takes
So
f3.
this was the critical position. So I was just in this position. I'd have gone at b2 immediately, and that's obviously bad because it allows the counterattack. So he did a defensive
Yeah.
move first, which is also attacking, which is actually stronger. And then I thought, okay, well now we can definitely go at b2, and that was definitely good. But okay, he did another move, which is a second defensive move, which is also strong because it's also attacking d2. So, and this position, yeah, we were saying queen takes f3, takes, but I just didn't see what I saw this position, but I didn't see how to follow up. And the answer how to follow up is at g2, because I was thinking at d2 and the king is getting safe. So at g2 is interesting. So that's what I was missing. So this, um, then the move is queen takes
Actually,
d4,
I
and you're
lost you
threatening.
after a few moves because
Yeah, I'm sorry.
like I could like
So I should
yeah.
say I'll just say it from last game. Move
But
15.
I can follow it from the stream a bit.
Yeah. So it's move 15. Queen takes f3.
Yeah,
G takes
okay.
f3.
Yeah, I got the position.
At g2. Rook g1. And then
Queen is on d4.
queen takes d4, threatening at d2 checkmate. And this is yeah, this is really strong. So that was
Yeah,
definitely the
at
winning.
d2 checkmate is nice pattern.
That's a threat.
The
It's a
two
checkmate
pawns
threat.
covering the back rank,
Yeah, exactly. So that's the threat.
and also one knight covering d1.
And of course, white can defend, but it's really tough. That's all. Yeah. So that was the way pawn and training could have won it um, more cleanly, which the real Ganejas obviously saw in the Twitch chat. So
Yes, such mates, good to see.
it wasn't a mate, but it's
So
like
yeah,
an
this
attack.
game has
So without every take, so who's benefiting?
yeah,
So
this
bishop
game
takes
has a
knight.
unique pawn structure.
So move 13, bishop takes knight. Who's benefiting from this? Takes. So
In the last game,
no. So we're back to the current game.
um,
Well,
oh
I'm
no,
not.
this game, this
I'm
game.
not
Okay,
sure, but it's like you have to. It's a question you have to
okay.
always ask yourself: is with every exchange, who's benefiting from that exchange? So we're getting a knight. We're creating a slight weakness on g4. So that's why he did it. He wants this slight weakness on g4, but is he making use of that knight? Okay. So and again, bishop takes knight. Is white benefiting from that knight? Because whenever you take, you're letting your opponent advance up the board. So unless you really want a knight, why does he want a
Yeah,
knight?
because
He does want a knight. Okay, he wants a knight for h5.
yeah, rarely exchanges rarely exchanges displays any piece. It's always helping the opponent whenever you try to exchange.
Yeah,
But in this case,
unless
it's
unless you have a
not yeah.
purpose. Unless you have a purpose. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but I think so. That should have not allowed all these exchanges because white is now like very near. Like it's starting its attack.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. And
Yeah,
real
like I think
Ganetas.
so. This bishop takes g4 was not the best idea because this pawn on g4 is helping
Yeah,
white
exactly.
a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's exactly the point you said. Yeah. And real Ganetas says he should train his pawns to move 2 steps in the first move. Yeah, so he did that at the beginning of the match, but what he's realized is that black's winning every game. So he's trying to like mentally pretend I am black, I am black, I am black, in the hopes that he's going to win the game by pretending he's black. Um,
Yeah,
and
because we have seen unorthodox openings from white,
ooh,
which is
this is
queen
interesting.
attack and knight.
There's no obvious
Where is the
follow up.
follow?
There's no obvious follow up. Oh yeah, there is because
S3 and
knight,
f3. So
knight
knight
f3.
at f3.
Knight f3 is the follow up. So he has to go queen h1. Fun move.
Queen at h1. Yeah, it guards f3 by x-ray.
Uh-huh.
And queen h1 also stays on the h file
Mm-hmm.
and it guards f3 square. So
Keeps
good.
king safe forever.
Yeah, king and queen together, they won't be a mate for sure.
And the real Ganejas points out there's actually something much stronger, which is pawn at g6, threatened mate in 1. But he missed it. Pawn at g6, threatened queen at h7, and black has no time to take your queen. So you just keep attacking.
Yeah, because white has two queens. So
Yeah, absolutely. So
mm,
white's killing it. Okay, nice dual purpose move there. Attack f7, but also defend. Very nice. And again, notice the dual purpose move. Attack the queen, but also hit f3. Notice everything's on f3. It's like
yeah,
black is
I
banking on it.
queen h1 is forced, I guess. Queen h1 or
Or yeah, I guess.
now at g6
And time is an
won't
issue.
work because
Time is an issue this game. Ah, he does it. He finds it.
n-
Okay, he's trying to deflect the bishop.
now at g6 or f4.
Yeah.
Maybe f4 might be good because it Bishop at d1, I don't understand.
He's trying to keep the bishop on f3. He's trying to keep the bishop defending f3. He's worried about defense here. And he's
Yeah,
low
but
on.
the move f4 allows
Yeah,
the
but
rook to defend f3,
yeah,
which would have been
that's interesting.
better.
It opens up e3, but it's interesting, definitely. This is going by too fast for me to analyze it, but yeah.
Yeah, e3 is opened up.
Yeah. And the rook says black in the
And
driver's seat. Yeah, I mean after bishop d1 and at e2, I guess it's not so clear.
so I think so. White had only one chance with that pawn at g6.
Oh
Maybe one more
no,
chance,
yeah, white was
and after
dominating.
that,
Yeah, white was dominating the whole time, but yeah, and still here
but the
isn't.
idea was to go forward, but white just retreated the pieces.
So
Queen
now
h1 and then bishop d1.
this doesn't
Now
quite
this is
work.
mate,
This doesn't
right?
quite work. It doesn't.
Horse mate.
No, you need pawns.
No, no, yes. Rook at
Oh,
g1. Rook at g1.
oh, you have okay. You have two queens. Okay, I missed the queen.
There was extra rook also.
Yeah,
Two queens plus a rook also.
yeah. Okay, I missed you had so many pieces. I was thinking if I have two more pawns, then this mate works because you recycle the
So
rooks
like queen.
on the back rank. Yeah.
Hmm. So this match also will go a lot into overtime. Um,
So
it's
Antic,
good.
play the London to win. This is a good advert for the London system, right?
Yeah,
Play the London to win as white.
London is my go-to opening in no increment crazy house. So
Yes,
whenever I play no increment, it's always London.
yes, and it's definitely good, but it's also just straight down pawn and training street is the only problem with it. So it's like pawn and training has played this. You can see from his time, he is completely comfortable. So we're going to see, yeah,
Yeah,
the
and he
c2.
gives the c7 pawn, but
Yeah, that's surprising.
his counter attack is on the f3.
Yeah, exactly. So it's getting sharp.
Yeah, but I don't think so. Giving c7 is all like any good. But like sometimes it may be good when you are having a good counter.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think it's good. It's just looks like forgetfulness. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
going to just
he was
sloppy.
just so keen on staying up. Yeah, I think so. He was just keen on staying above 3 minutes that he just pre-moved or something.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's also not. It's not just a pawn. It's also d6, d6 weak. So yeah.
And plus, this bishop pair on this diagonal will never be disturbed. Queen sack is good for 2 knights,
No, but you don't. You don't.
maybe.
You don't need to. Yeah. I mean, if you're being harassed, you could. But yeah, exactly. This one.
Queen g4 is better. Now, white needs a knight or something.
Yeah. He.
Pawns are good. Pawn h6, pawn f6.
So the threat was knight f6 takes black's queen. Is the problem? It's actually knight. Yeah. So maybe I was thinking queen g4, but maybe it's not so good because of this queen takes knight, which I meant.
Yeah,
Knight
because white
f6,
didn't have a knight in hand. White didn't have a knight in
and white
hand,
doesn't
and
have a knight in
also
hand. Yeah.
um,
Yeah. So
now pawn at h6 is also not possible because the knight on f5 is still not taken. So the h6 square is a bit guarded. Queen is having less squares. h4, g5,
yeah,
f4.
he does the right thing. I think he had made a mistake actually with queen g5, queen g4, and he realizes the mistake and backs off. And it's sort in this sort of position, I'd be very tempted to do a move like bishop e5, just reroute the attack to the king. But there was no time, so he's going for a piece here.
Like lots of minor pieces on the center. So I can expect like next 10 moves will be completely about trades.
Yeah,
And
black is actually
they will.
black is recovering well here. just yeah, just takes the bishop. He's threatening pawn takes pawn check, so you have to take back. But now that knight can take this bishop if it wants to. The knight, which is exactly. So at the end of the day, black's basically just won a piece from all that.
Yeah, and also this white's invasion on c7 d6. Um, right now it's not having any effect.
Yeah,
White doesn't have anything right now.
yeah,
Even h6 it can never target. Like now it can target. Now the knight has moved to d4.
yeah. This is a very easy game to play for black for now. Just trade off all the pieces basically. To take the bishop,
And if
put a bishop on g4.
black wins, we have another two games. If black wins,
Yep.
ongoing game.
So the problem he has if he takes with the queen, there's bishop at g5, pawn at h6 kind of ideas. But if he takes with the pawn, then he's just opened up the h3 square for a future attack.
Now this is white's second try to try
Yeah,
some knight at h6.
it's
Now
no
white
good.
has three knights in hand. Yeah, but yeah, again the queen is pushed back again.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the queen has to go b5, a5. I would go to the queen side. I wouldn't try queen h4. Maybe queen h4 is good because it prevents some h3 because h3 is kind of weak right now.
Yeah.
Queen h4. Queen h4, queen h1, like the previous game.
Yeah, exactly.
Just bring the queen to h1.
Yeah, defend your own king with your queen. Yeah.
And later on, somewhere the h file might. Queen sack. Queen sack. Black is solid. Okay. Yeah, black is super solid.
Yep, completely.
So now, like,
And
white is down material. It's very tough to keep count because there were blunders from both ends. Like, very tough.
yeah, so let's see. Um, white is white was down. It's a queen for a piece and a pawn or something like this.
Yeah, there's no quick way to keep track of material. You have to count pockets, then the current board.
So now white's got two pieces for the queen, but the point is nothing to do with material. It's the king position. Is the problem. The queen is dangerous.
King g2 will
Ooh,
be
g3 hangs.
dangerous. King h1 maybe it's better.
How do you defend h2?
King h1 was better
Yeah.
than king h2 and king h1. Now the king will come to h2 if bishop takes,
Problem is
or
there's no
maybe not
counter.
take the bishop. Yeah, there's no counter attack on h7 or somewhere.
And whenever white puts a knight on the board, black is going to be very happy. He's going to go looking for that knight. So no knights.
Bishop at c3.
Just at g7, simple.
Maybe that bishop was useful on the king side, but
He wants a knight, I guess. So just at g7 takes. He wanted at g7 takes, and then use the knight to attack, like knight at g4, maybe. Yeah, that's what he wanted.
knight at g4,
Yeah,
knight
yeah,
at
yeah.
h5.
Bishop takes g5
Yeah,
and then knight at
but
g4.
he's not getting both of
Yeah,
them.
he'd have got that against me, you see, because I didn't see that, and I'd have gone pawn at g7. So yeah, so
Hmm.
PawnInTraining is too smart for that. Chuck Moulton, legend, subscribed to me for 31 months. Didn't even know I was streaming for 31 months. Um, yeah,
31 months means 2.5 years.
yeah, I know. Thanks so much, Chuck.
So he's one of the OGs in the community.
He's the
Playing
Bug
Bughouse for
House.
over 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Bughouse World Championship mean organizer plus covering all the matches.
Yeah.
So every match is even like going in 40 moves, and also we are having like 14 games. So this match has been like well over, like it might touch 2 hours also, maybe,
It's a funny move here.
which is kind of long.
He wants queen takes bishop, knight takes, knight g3. Knight takes rook. Rook takes, bishop check.
Now the king comes out, bishop takes g3.
It's going for material. Ooh, Antic defending well in low time. f3 is hanging though. f3, sorry, open rather than hanging.
So,
f3 is open.
so white got knight h5, which is useful for white. So like white does have something good.
Yeah, I mean black was completely winning,
This game can
but now I'm suddenly not
this
sure.
game can go on for a very long time. This game can this won't end. Although white just blundered a piece, I guess. Just now. Blundered a bishop. And now the rook is uncomfortable. Yeah.
Okay, I think we can.
Big
I
pawn
think we can put
mass
the game
near
to.
the king.
I think we can put the game to bed now. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, there will be 2-3
mate,
queens on the back
promote.
rank.
Just promote to queen.
Oh, there's knight under promote. Knight under promote and a pawn at
You didn't.
nice.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't. What was the
Yeah,
final
under
position?
promote mate.
Under
It's nice
promote
because
and mate with the pawn. Yeah, that's good.
if it was a queen, and then one more move, it's a non-checking move, and then you need one more move to mate, but you have to weather out all the white moves, all the white.
So 6-6, and yeah,
I think so. They are taking a break.
yeah. Thanks Chuck for shouting out flourish underscore zh, who is also covering this match, and I was thinking of just letting him cover it and just recording some commentary for later, but then I thought um, I would also give live commentary just for, um,
Y- Yeah, like a recap or something. But
yeah, but then I
yeah,
thought
like maybe he can also join your stream via like this house Discord, and
so he wasn't
there can
able.
be common audio across both the streams.
Yeah, I suggested that if I go on his stream, but he wasn't able to do that because he hasn't got desktop audio turned on, and yeah. So the real Gnedis says night tour.
Mhm.
Um, is Flourish? Oh yeah, no. Chuck Moulton is night tour. Yeah, that's the one. Yes. So night tour was Chuck Moulton's name back on Fix. So yeah.
Night tour, yeah. I've seen that Chronotog's interview. Um, I'm not sure if the night tour username was covered, but there are a lot of usernames on Fix which were like interviewed on Chronotog's blog.
Yep. And actually, I have a full list. Okay, I'll show it on the screen. Um, which I asked people to contribute. So see if I can bring it up. So PawnInTraining, by the way, said they're taking a 5-minute break.
Yeah,
Um,
fine.
so I'm just going to keep it open so that when they start moving, I'll hear the piece sounds in the background. Um, and in the meantime, I'll just show you um, some names of players who used to be on Fix who are now on lichess. So Rubber Duck is a joke.
Also, username comparisons.
So Cheesy Bread on Fix
Okay.
is Yanak Awatramani. This is all very small. Maybe I make it bigger. Um,
Yeah, I'm able to see all the usernames. So real name,
let's make
current
it a
username,
little
and the
bit bigger.
past username.
Yeah, I'm just making it a bit bigger, but now it's not. Anyway. Yeah, so Cheesy Breads was Yanak Arakramani, 12-teen Jasugi 99. Chicken Crossroads, the same on both sites. He's Daniel Yeager in America. 12-teen in Canada. He was also 12-teen on lichess, but then he then changed username. He didn't play the 2019 Crazyhouse World Championship. He didn't play the Bullet World Championship, in fact, when he's probably the favorite in Bullet, and because he was away from lichess
Yeah.
for a few
And
months.
now both the accounts are active, I guess.
Yeah, and now
Now
he's
he has two leeches accounts. But yeah,
yeah
he should have
yeah.
played 2019, which was 1+0.
Yes, so he didn't play that. He played an exhibition match at the end of that against the winner of the 2019 CWC, which was Opperweisen, and he won that match. So Catask, obviously a recent player, but very one of potentially one of the top 2, 3, 4 players. Varboris is Gulamali Rises on chess.com, and I should say on very confusingly, it's Ganeges on lichess. So in Twitch chat here we have the real Ganeges.
Ganesh, who's right now in the chat.
No, no.
Oh, really?
We have in the chat the
Yeah,
real Ganeges on Fix.
yeah, it's
And
mm,
why is Ganeges not here? Oh, this is not in any order, by the way. This was in the order they were contributed in. So J Killer um,
mm,
is Killer Bees on Attack on Chess.com and JK the Bullfrog on Lichess. Kren is Yamut on I think it's Chess.com. Little Plotkin is Little Plotkin on everywhere. Blitzbullet has a zillion accounts.
mm.
Interest None probably wants to stay anonymous, so we'll say nothing about him. Helm's Knight is Helm's Knight, I think, everywhere. Firefly is Zixon on lichess, wonderful player. High Dude on Fix was JD Bryant. Opperweisen is Schoolmeester on chess.com, and he has other accounts where he does all these crazy challenges. Caspi Wins on Fix is Caspi Israel on chess.com. Ganeges here is no, that's wrong. This
The real Ganesh.
yeah, that's yeah. So that's and it should say his
Oh,
um, old has been or something on lichess. Um,
yeah, old has been is like
is
he's always there in atomic arenas.
yeah, he is the real Ganeges. Old has been. 11-teen was the inspiration for 12-teen, and he's all you need is left um, on lichess. Okay, Mini Great, whom I just sent this list to, is Mini Great apparently on. So it's the same username on Fix. Okay, and on it goes. Tan the Man, importantly, is Jan Lee. People often confused Master Tan and Justin Tan. And really confusingly, by the way, there's a Grandmaster called Justin
Yeah,
Tan.
both are from Australia.
Exactly, and there's a Grandmaster Justin Tan in Australia, but it's not Jan Lee, someone else.
Oh, on Australia. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
it
So
says
yeah, there are a lot of tan surnames.
yeah. Um, and the real Grenadis is just contributing some more stuff. It's so Linus O is Linus Olson, and Zixon um, is
Martin
Martin
Aronson,
Martin Aronson,
most probably from
and I don't know
uh,
how to type
Iceland or Norway.
don't know how to type that,
The
but
yeah, the A.
I'll just copy paste it. Okay, tough player is Grind on My Grande on DChess and Grind Returns and many other things on chess.com. So who else is famous? Retard is Kay Higgins on chess.com and Freebie on Lichess. JM Erith is Schwanet on Lichess. GSVC is Gina21 on Lichess is Gina217 on um, on chess.com. Master Tan is Master Tan. Mixu on Fix is the finisher. Lil Wheezy is Gene Simmons on Lichess. He doesn't play so often. That was we already had this. So don't know how to just clear row, delete row. Okay, that didn't work, but okay, just delete it. Anyway, this is a very disorganized list. It's not in any order. It's literally the contributions of the crowd mind, as it were. So in fact, yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. And then Fantastic Cat on Fix, a new discovery, is the Knight of Spring, who's playing in the next couple of days in the Crazyhouse World Championship. Spurs on Fix is Die Blaue Sau. Yeah. So the most important thing was actually not to get the real life names. I mean, although that's cool as well, but it was just to let people link up um, the username on lichess with the username people knew
Yeah.
from the old site. And they reckon
So
Dennis the
the
Viking.
game has started.
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I lost
And there
volume.
have been
Oh,
two entries. Yeah, but maybe you can save the chat or something because people are contributing in the chat as well. It's like more entries.
okay. Well,
You can
see
share.
if Chuck Moulton's even discovered something. So you see, it's been fun stuff. Um, and Chuck says, "Have you played with Fantastic
So
Cat in
Antic
class?"
copies the London.
I had a chat with him, but I haven't on lichess. That's all.
So we have another London, and now this is
This is,
like PawnInTraining trying to do the London.
no, but this is a very bad.
Repeat the
I mean,
London.
Antic said, "Don't make fun of my openings," but he's played e6, blocking up his bishop. Okay, that's still fine. It's still okay. It's a nice sort of defensive setup. But then he's also played b6, so he's created lots of light square weaknesses. And like, where's this bishop going? Okay, it's going here. This is actually very interesting. Then what Black is saying is my whole game is centered around putting something on e4 and f3 and down this king side. So it's a kind of dodgy setup, but if he gets something on e4 and f3, it's actually a really lovely idea, actually. And so now he's bang, got his piece on e4. Now he's got to keep on trying working on opening up e4 and f3. So can he do that against the likes of PawnInTraining, who is quite a positionally smart player? So it will be tough. Just just dumping some piece on e4, even if it means sacking it for a pawn, just to open up this bishop, because this bishop will become a monster. So notice the f6, h6 kind of ideas in this position. But okay, they didn't come about. So the stuff like bishop h6 was an idea. If you take it, knight f6 picks up the queen.
Yeah, bishop h6 will be untouchable.
Yeah, so it was just an idea.
You know, so
Looking bad
like
for black, says
white
Ganages.
can.
Yeah, so white.
So yeah, the black's idea of making the e4 square like the center point of exchanges
Yes.
might work, but yeah, it needs some pawns. Like black needs some pawns right
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
and maybe c5 is doing that,
yeah.
trying to get a pawn.
Very nice.
Bishop at g3 from white
So
is a
real
bit.
Ganages hates c5. So why is c5 so awful? Real Ganages. Knight takes g6 and bishop at d7. Knight takes g6, takes, and if we take with the f pawn, bishop, yeah, not sure which way we take. Bishop at d7.
He takes with the f pawn, so now bishop at d7 and
I'm not sure.
maybe.
What does bishop d7 do? Not sure. And Real Gamer says, I hated bishop at g3. Yeah, okay, you didn't. Yeah, so PawnInTraining playing too defensively. Yeah. Okay, so he's got his. Now it's interesting. Do you take this or not? I think. Okay, he does take it. So the question is, you might.
Pre-measured,
Yeah,
it would
exactly.
have been
This is exactly it.
safer.
Don't take back. Take g6. Yes. Real Gamer says he should have taken with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other knight. Oh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I see. Maybe. Not sure. So put pressure on e6 somehow. But okay, I like what he's done though. I mean, I like what.
Black is not touching the knight on g6.
Yeah,
So like
okay, maybe that's the problem.
uh, white just needs a rook to mate,
Yeah, exactly.
but it
It's not
won't
bug
get
house. It's
to.
not bug house. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I really
Yeah,
like this because if you
it's
take it,
tough to get a rook.
but yeah, you don't take it. Okay, that's so nice from Antic. Don't take it. Okay, you got to watch out. You got to take this
So
knight.
now knight at e2 check maybe. Knight at e2 check will start a lot of stuff for black. Knight at e2, d4. Uh,
I would take the knight. Yeah.
taking this.
I mean, there's also double-edged stuff with knight at e2. Simply queen takes knight, pawn takes rook at h1, king takes rook takes queen. It's a huge mess. Okay, back rank nonsense.
So like now black's idea is to white's idea is to get into the back rank,
White wants to get on the back rank,
and
and black is trying to get in e4 still, which is very slow. It's a lovely idea, but it's very
yeah.
slow.
But I think so. Black should play d4. Like even if the light square diagonal is closed, maybe it can target this dark square diagonal.
Yeah, that's
G1, f2, e3.
interesting
If
idea. Yeah.
maybe knight takes e3. No, it's not.
Bishop
It
takes.
looks like a draw, I guess.
Yeah, bishop takes to
Maybe a
stop.
draw.
You
Okay,
need bishop
bishop
takes because
takes
otherwise the
avoids the
queen
draw.
gets pinned. It's not a draw. If queen takes, the queen gets pinned directly. So,
Oh yeah, the queen will come instead of the rook. Okay,
yeah.
there is. Yeah, knight takes e3 was lurking
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
position.
Yeah. This is interesting. So, like you said, d4 maybe is an idea. He wants his defense. So d4 coming next. I don't know if black seems to have fixed a lot, and he's up on
Yeah,
time.
there's no backering invasion now. Even h6 looks well protected.
Yeah.
So black looks comfortable a bit. Unless like white tries maybe something on e6 and d7.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. This is great.
Queen set. Oh, it was forced. Okay, and knight at e2.
Yeah. So this is obviously looking very nice for black, but still we're a long way from a finish, but it's looking good. So knight takes
Maybe there
bishop.
is a forced
He wants
knight.
knight takes bishop and then knight takes rook. Just he's trying to just, but now he needs to hit. Okay, he's hitting g2 and b2 and c7. I mean, taking the rook and taking c7 would be kind of boring. Yeah, it'd be kind of boring, but probably good. But yeah, this is more interesting.
Yeah. White is holding on, but sooner or later there will be some decisive breakthrough.
You'd have thought so. Oh, I mean,
Rook
but
takes g2.
yeah, I see. He wants this, but there's no need to be risky in a way. Oh, he gets a knight. This is all over. The knight e3 is going to be all over. Knight e3, queen g2. Okay, hang on a second. I've got to calculate it. Knight e3, king f3, and
Yeah,
then
white resigned. King f3,
what was the mate? Didn't quite see it.
knight at g5. Not sure.
So in that final position. Knight e3, king f3. So we've got a pawn, a bishop, and a queen. I don't.
It's a mate in six by the computer, so like it's a big sequence
Oh, okay. You take the
and not
knight.
so
You take
obvious moves.
you take the knight with check. King takes rook.
Yeah, yeah, with
Knight
chess.
d4. Yeah, and now
And
you
then
got
you just give in
yeah,
three moves you just give material and then you get mated.
yeah. So the point is queen here, and the king can't run because it's covered. Yep, easy enough. Okay, so we're back to black winning every game. This is hilarious. So really, just one break apiece, and otherwise black has
Yeah.
won every game. So I
And
mean,
even in this position, I think uh, in the
important.
current game itself, I think like black looks better.
Yeah, king takes knight is a mistake. The correct move here is d4, d5. Um,
Hmm.
Black's off. So what black just needs a knight and a pawn and mates. So this is yeah. I have to say, if someone just gives Antic
This knight,
some opening theory lessons as white, he's going to be a formidable force because he's just been steadily improving over the years, I guess. Um, if he had like the finisher's opening abilities as white, the problem is the knight's coming back at you on h3. That's the problem. But I guess you have to go knight takes f3 here. What else do
yes,
you have? You have to go knight takes f3, but the problem is you're losing. Yeah,
like black can sacrifice the queen for the knight, get in knight h3,
yeah,
and it needs
you,
a pawn, and then
yeah,
the way to get a pawn is a bit tricky,
yeah. That's why
not
usually
easy.
you don't yeah you wouldn't want to sack unless you have everything you need straight up. If you see what I mean? Yeah. So if you kind of sack
Mm.
and you're halfway there, then you end up the opponent can defend. It doesn't work.
Yeah, and then we have pieces stuck up at odd positions, and we can't even like
Yeah,
uh, continue from there, and everything gets stuck up.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, knight given for two pawns, and queen is on f3,
So the point of this is the
makes it a bit.
bishop's hanging. That's the point of this whole thing. Because knight takes f3 is nice. It really does clear away everything, but it loses the bishop. It doesn't just lose the knight. So
Yeah, so
you're,
black will be up a
so
bishop,
black's up material, but white's got his king
and
safety back.
yeah, but black doesn't want to take the bishop, wants to bring the queen in to the king side.
Yeah, he'll take the bishop.
What's the
He'll
move
he'll take
here?
the bishop for sure. He just wants
Yeah,
a
take
little
the
bit
bishop.
more, juice. Queen takes bishop
Diagonal power.
because queen takes bishop, and then queen takes knight becomes a threat. So
Queen takes knight, and then
and then knight f3 and bishop g2,
uh,
and you get a queen. Okay, so it's defended. Okay, yeah, how to attack that queen? That's how. So just trying to use your extra pieces to harass. Knight g2 also looks strong.
yeah, knight g2 for the second time
Yeah,
on the board.
yeah, exactly.
And this time, hopefully, the king won't take it.
No, king has to take it. King has to
And
take it this time because you're
yeah, because the queen is attacked.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
So knight g2 is very powerful
yeah.
because it's
And there's no d4 thing happening, so you don't even white doesn't even have a strong plan right now.
the real gonna just like queen g4 at g3, then maybe then take it.
Okay, so Greek
Doesn't
bishop
but okay,
coming in, and then it can't be taken because of knight g4. So king h1,
yeah,
and now maybe pawn at g3.
nice one.
So yeah, this match is I think so the right now the second longest, and if black wins it, it kind of can be the longest one.
Risky. This is risky because white does have queen takes queen and queen at c8. It doesn't work, but it's, yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's just it doesn't work because the knight can take back.
Yeah, the knight on b7 gets b8 gets developed, and
Yeah, and you don't have time to take
everything
the
is
rook
good for black.
because then you get mated with the queen on h2.
Knight at g2 is always there in the position, but now I don't think so it's there after bishop s3.
Yeah, we're going to see knight g.
Now maybe
Knight g.
pawn
He's going to harass that bishop.
queen h
Okay, I thought knight g5 was coming, but this also looks strong.
queen
Okay.
exchange. Queen at h2 threatened, so pawn at g3.
Mm-hmm.
If takes on g3, knight f2 is there, so you have to give up the rook. Yeah, okay. He
Okay,
takes the knight.
what's the plan here?
I think so. This plan was a bit
Oh, rook h2 mates, rook h2
unclear.
mates, rook h2 mates now. Rook h2 mates, rook h2.
Rook
He has to take it,
h2
then knight
and
f3. Yeah, I think
knight f3, and okay, you have a rook in hand. Okay, so the rook will ultimately come.
it mates. He's done
Yeah,
it.
this looks like a mate. Yeah,
He's done it the other
for
way
black.
around. So he has to
What's the way to defend?
take
Bishop at
queen
g1.
g2. So pawn takes knight is forced. Queen g2 is forced. Okay, counterattack. Okay, oops, I hadn't noticed
I
this. You can still take it.
Yeah,
Oh no, you
counter
can't.
attack.
Bishop takes. Oops. Eek.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think so. The
Whoa, whoa,
counter
whoa,
attack will be
whoa.
stronger. Yeah,
Whoa.
the
Bishop takes
counter attack is
c6.
super strong. Yeah.
But where are the knight checks?
King is out.
You have to keep on dropping pawns. Cookie
Um,
crumb up the board. Pawn,
yeah,
pawn,
knight
pawn.
g5 is
Okay, go.
black was almost near to mating, and
He
somehow
wasted a
black
bishop
didn't
though.
complete the
He,
mate.
he didn't need to waste that bishop.
Queen at e6, and then knight at
Pawn, pawn and promote.
f7.
You could have gone pawn and promote maybe, but okay, does this way.
There is a mate existing
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. This is all over. So where's the mate? So this.
Pawn at c7, and that's a mate. No, not a mate yet. What's the move?
Maybe it's a draw.
You
No,
need a knight.
it's not a knight. It's not a draw. You can keep on. Oh, there was definitely a mate there.
They can draw if
This is all over
they
now. This
like
is
just mutually agree.
yeah, but this
Yeah, now black's counter attack starts because white didn't give a check.
yeah, this is all
So
over.
let's see how long blocks.
Just he's just defending. I can't believe this.
Yeah, but now white can take the knight. But okay, white again. White is defending. Black defended. Now white is defending. Very crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
No, but Pawn in Training
it's
should have had
very
this.
hard to predict when they decide to defend. Very hard to predict.
Okay, there's mate threat on g1.
So if white wins this, then the
Uh,
match is over.
yeah, I mean black is completely
But
winning,
yeah,
but it's can he convert basically?
and now black has the initiative.
Yeah,
And even white doesn't have that much material. It retreated all the active pieces. There's no pieces in hand. Tough for white.
yeah,
Where's the mate for black? Queen f6 was a mate. Take the piece.
yeah. He's found it.
Queen f5 mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, the match goes on. Very confusing match.
You
Actually, black should have been winning all along. So
Black
it's
should have been
fine.
winning all along, so it's the correct result. But what's crazy is Antic totally had a mate there.
Yeah, and Antic is writing that I am terrible at this game. He thought that he could have completed the match
so
and
okay,
finished everything.
so first of all, here Am I wrong? Clearly I'm wrong. Rook at h2. King takes
About
h2.
the rook,
Yeah, I'm just,
knight f3 and
yeah, so,
rook h2 mate.
yeah, so clearly I'm not quite right. The king does sort of slip away, maybe. So you want to go rook here, but he wouldn't take it. He keeps on running is the problem. Um, oh, he doesn't keep running because the square is defended. Okay, so it's, why doesn't he just run? Because then at f3, king d2, queen c2, king e3. Um, oh, queen takes
There's a
d3 is
mate in
mate.
3.
Yeah. So, okay, so you have to block with the knight, but then takes, and then you go at h2 because you just want to push the king further away. So you can do this, but then you tries to do this again. But now knight at e1, and I got it all wrong. Okay, so sorry, this is useless. Knight at f3. Okay, knight at, of course.
Yeah, it's like an extended version.
Yeah.
It goes on and on, but the king cannot run. The king cannot run.
Okay, so that was the way
White
black
king
could have
cannot run.
mated in about 12. So it's a mate in 12, basically, with rook at h2. But
Yeah, and the
now
the good
here,
news is black is winning in this game as well, the current game, because white tried b3 opening, which is very rare in Crazyhouse. In chess also it's very rare, but nowadays it's getting popular.
yeah, so it's a very simple mate. If you went here, just queen takes knight. So there was a very, very simple mate for white, but in low time, it did not
Uh,
work. Okay, so you're saying black is winning again.
2-4. Yeah, black is winning again in this game, unless black plans to retreat all its pieces and then just allow some counter attack. Okay,
It's not.
now in this position, queen at uh, knight takes g2, queen sacrifice exists or not
Yeah, knight
for
takes knight.
black?
Knight takes knight is
Like
interesting.
knight takes knight again, that would be a queen sacrifice,
Because you get the queen back, maybe,
making,
with knight at
yeah, you
e3.
can get the queen back. Yeah, knight at e3.
It's
Yeah,
very,
that's a good way
it's very
to
unclear.
make progress.
And if he goes to e1, you could move your existing bishop, maybe.
Or knight takes g2.
Yeah, maybe you don't even take the queen in this kind of position. I'm not sure. I guess you do.
So now bishop at e3,
Yeah,
or
or existing
have
bishop.
one more knight in
Existing bishop also is an idea. So yeah,
existing bishop. So if black wins this, then again the match goes on. Tied at
takes.
7-7.
Cookie crumb.
Yeah, now the king is drawn out, which is nice. Pawn at e3, I think so,
Yeah,
is what
definitely,
you might be
definitely,
thinking.
definitely. If he takes, pawn at e3. If he
Pawn at
takes,
e3.
bishop at looks good. And you'd probably have to take with the knight, and pawn takes. Yeah, this is definitely winning. And if he doesn't take, what if he didn't take? If he didn't take, then probably bishop takes knight was coming. So yeah. So this is
Yeah, bishop takes knight, and then
queen here
where is the
check,
knight drop coming?
king here.
Yeah,
So we got
queen checks.
so we
And
got
then
at least a draw, despite.
knight on e3 will be at the end of the line if king goes to the queen side. Yeah, but I think so. There is a mate here. Just queen drop on e3.
Oh,
Queen drop e3.
I was thinking f3.
You mean c3?
Yeah, c3. Sorry,
Yeah.
but I don't see it just yet.
Yeah, even I don't see it, but I think so it's very close. There's a draw for sure, but there isn't a mate.
Hmm. Because you could go check and then
Maybe they'll take a draw.
you could
Yeah,
check and
they'll
take
take a
on
draw.
you could check and take on f2. He's got to be
Some
careful.
progress has been made.
He's got to be careful. He
Little bit progress.
doesn't get the draw
No.
by force.
But I think so they are fine with the draw. Even though black is winning and they want to prolong the match.
Oh my goodness. Oh, hang on. Wait. No, that doesn't work. Sorry. I was thinking of some kind of
Yeah,
bishop
my
e3.
main aim is to take the knight on f3 and
Yeah.
then have a knight on a3 and somehow then create a mate.
Yeah, I've got a brilliant idea. Take the knight on f3 and then knight at f2, win a rook, and get... What?
Knight h6 is mating. Forward white? Yeah, white also has a counter attack coming. So black just did a non-checking move now, and now
Oh,
white is thinking
you're so... Yeah, you
the
have to
knight at
defend
h6.
f7. Yeah, bishop takes knight is too risky because knight h6 would mate you. You have to defend f7, which is what he did. Yeah, now he's...
Oh my god! Now it's completely turned. Like black should have taken the draw if there was no mate.
Well, now he's defended f7, so he's
So,
okay. He's okay.
yeah, but there's too much material in hand for white. I don't know if like it can be converted. Yeah,
Time though.
white is just
He's going to
thinking
convert it on the
completely.
clock. This is going to get converted on the clock. He's still
I
got the
think so.
draw.
Now black should take a draw. Yeah, just black
No,
should
but he's
take a
got
draw
something
and
else. He's got queen c3. I was thinking bishop e3 takes h6, but actually the problem is he blocks with the bishop. Oh no, you could still do it. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can still do bishop e3, bishop e3. If he blocks, then you have queen h1 ideas, queen a1 ideas. Sorry. Yeah, queen a1 ideas. Hmm. Hmm. Tough.
try and get a rook somehow and then
Go on,
make
you can win this as
progress.
white, Antic.
And this position is repeated.
Take the draw and win
Yeah,
as
but
white. We're going to lure the king to
okay,
e3 and
take
take
a draw.
c2. Yeah, you could do that, but you're worried the king's going to run away. Are we going to see if there was a mate there somewhere? So 7.5, 7.5. So almost surely whoever wins this will win. It's not likely they have a second
The
draw.
longest.
Exactly. Probably finishes one way or another.
GSPC is saying there should be another draw.
I think I opened the wrong game.
Yeah, if there is another draw, then it goes on, the match. But,
Okay, well, we'll
okay,
check.
this line is very rare, right? This line is good in normal chess, but pushing d4, I don't know if it's common in Crazyhouse.
So we saw this in game 2.
This is
So we'll see if they play the
okay,
same.
okay.
In game 2 of this match, they played the same. Black played bishop to
Yeah, it's a very messy
bishop to
final
g4.
position of game 2.
Yeah.
Bishop to g4. Okay, e6
So we see
different now.
slight change in the opening this time.
So black has
Black
got the open diagonals.
got his open diagonals exactly. So
Maybe white can even sacrifice the knight on c3. Like even white does cross keys sometime. Like
yeah,
white also wants to give the knight.
yeah.
I don't know.
So a quick way of opening up the bishop. Yeah. This makes a lot of sense. Just trying to get in on g7.
Okay. Knight
Yeah. Point.
d3 and now next move might be knight takes g7.
It hits g7 exactly, and we're pointing at h6.
But there's no follow-up, so
No,
maybe knight retreat
no.
would be the move.
Yeah, but you have to go for this is Crazyhouse. Like You have no.
Yeah, but in this match, there have been a lot of retreating moves. This
Yeah, you
match.
have to take g7 here. Yeah,
H4. H4 is good. Maybe black goes pawn at H5 to prevent H5. H5 himself. Knight at F4. No, knight at F4.
well,
Knight at
I
F5.
feel like white's better here. You can go at g4, at g5 exactly. The white king is safe, and we're going to just keep on working away at these dark squares. Right.
Knight at G8 was good from black. It's now the king can get a bit more safer. Mm, Like white doesn't have that many diagonal pieces to
Yep.
make a complete king f1 is not good. So blocker on e4
Yep.
or e2. I will go with
Ah,
okay e5.
that's brave.
Yeah, white is good, but
Yeah, the dark squares are a
apparently
problem.
mm, you now take the bishop, but then a discovered check.
Yeah, so castles to get out.
Castle, okay, castle is good.
So he's keeping the pressure on f6. It's good. And at the end of the line, now the threat is takes, 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 and bishop pinning queen f6 to king is the threat. So that's why he defends. But you could take and
Okay, so GSVC is badly hoping for a draw to happen,
yeah.
and if like even if the players want three-fold repetition is a bit hard to create, right? On Crazyhouse.
Yeah,
Uh,
unless it's
in
forced.
normal chess, it's very easy because yeah, because in like super GMs always create three-fold repetitions every time. Normal chess.
There's so many tempting moves. Knight takes bishop is so tempting because it weakens up f7. So we have ideas here of like knight to e5 and at f7.
Mm.
So that's why he's gone the other way to h7, which is safe for now, but take the knight and then knight at g5 is a problem. Maybe. But maybe not, because then h6 becomes weak. So he's done something even more interesting, which is hitting the rook
Take
and the g6 pawn.
and the pawn on G6.
Yeah, and a rook also could be
Now
dangerous.
maybe uh, not knight drop on e5, but just the original knight on e5 and giving the queen, but then
Okay, so we're
getting
getting,
something.
well, this is very good. You take the rook, and then you go knight, rook g7, and then knight e5.
Okay, now rook g7 is not possible, but knight f8. Yeah, knight f8, rook h7. Not a mate because king goes on g8. And what do you need on
He
g8?
needs a pawn. He needs a pawn for h7.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
pawn for
yeah, it's going to be
f7,
knight takes pawn. Give me the pawn.
which is knight takes pawn. Yeah, knight takes d4. Yeah. King g8 immediately, which means that now also you need a pawn. So maybe knight takes d4
Yeah,
is a possibility.
he does it. So we're going to see something like knight f6.
Knight h6 or bishop h7. No. Maybe queen takes d4 for black, and yeah, get in the queen to defend a bit.
Risky, but okay.
Yeah, the queen will. Okay, the king is
Queen
also
takes
no. King
bishop.
is not
The problem
escaping.
is queen takes bishop here. Because bishop g8 is a mate. I like queen takes bishop. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
bishop at g8 is a mate. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a beautiful move.
So how to avoid it?
Exactly. This is so
To
painful.
avoid it. King h8, king h, no, queen h8. Sorry. Uh,
Just sidestep.
yeah, that's
Sidestep.
a very weird move.
He,
Queen to h8.
he was trying to save his queen because now he's losing a queen is the problem.
Okay, e7 escape square created now,
Yeah,
so
but
there
still,
can be a chance of running.
just grab the queen. Makes sense.
Flags on time.
That's it. Antic wins as white and goes on to
Yeah, so
face
that's a crucial
catask.
break.
Yeah,
So unless, so this is the final match.
that's
Uh,
it. That's it. Yeah.
but yeah, there should be a lead of two games, right?
No, no. So it's there has to be a result after two games. So after two games, it was a draw and an Antic won.
Okay.
So it's a win. Yeah.
Oh,
So hard luck, pawn in training, but Antic was pressure to win as white, and he found a good opening, I think.
yeah. So like if Antic, as you said, just plays very very strong openings, he can be very very like he can produce a lot of quick wins.
If yeah, if he
So
learns how to play, yeah, if he can learn how to play as white, then he's going to be dangerous um, for anyone really. So this is a difficult position for black basically. We should have a quick look at the draw to see if there was anything. Uh,
yeah,
no,
the draw before the game,
yeah.
because if the draw wouldn't have happened, the game would have gone in like pawn in training's favor or whose favor?
Well, it's
Its
Antic
favor.
might have had a mate in, um, or pawn in training might have had something. Um, so Antic had a choice. Do you want the
Yeah, it's
draw?
a draw. Machine is saying it's a draw.
It is a draw. Yeah. There's no way of playing for a win. Okay.
Like the machine, yeah.
No, no. Machine. Well, my machine quite likes black.
Okay, on which move?
It thinks. Hang on.
Yeah.
Grab the knight. So knight. So we thought we were worried about knight h3
On
being
move,
a threat, but the point is knight f6 can never swing back because the bishop's covering h5. So I'm looking at move 25. Um, so bishop takes knight.
25.
Bishop takes knight. We discussed bishop takes knight. If you try and take back,
Queen b2.
bishop e3 is mate in five, mate in six apparently. So if you just try and run, then knight h3 is checkmate, and if you try and block, then uh, knight at knight at b4 apparently is the move. Knight at b4 threatening this, and the point is you can't defend because of knight takes d3, smothered mate, and you can't defend that pawn with a knight because knight takes d3, king b1, and queen b2. Okay, so basically grabbing the knight was the key move, and what was quite hard to see was the fact that that bishop is still keeping you safe, and you have these ideas of this and this finishing the game off, but not very easy to see. But
Yeah. So the black bishop covers the h6 square. So it's good. And then try and bringing a knight because the pawn is pinned. So like white has to defend bishop at b1 or b2. This is smothered mate. Yeah, this is smothered mate. but it's like it's government.
Yeah. So yeah, there's no smother, but it's yeah, it's
Like it was tough to see. Means like
oh, hang on a second.
very
There is something here. So bishop here, king b1. Oh, that doesn't work. Yeah, okay. So you have to. Yeah, I think you have to. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure.
bishop e3 is needed in all variations, I guess.
Yeah, you need it. It's the timing. Should you do it first or later? So the problem is if you do it first, you can go to king b1, and then when you take the knight threatening mate, you can then maybe defend. Maybe, maybe not. But um, yeah. So bishop takes f3. What does he do here? Suppose he tries to defend like so. Wait, Sophie just wants to go in and sack the queen, which is kind of funny. Knight b4, so I can see if we're going to drop a. Okay, it can't even see a mate, but it's just saying it's completely winning. So yeah. So it doesn't want to go on this side because pawns will probably mate, so it has to go on this side. And then at d2 we're threatening. Anyway, we're threatening bishop takes bishop. So probably this comes, and then the knight comes back, I'm guessing. Oh no, knight has to come to c1. Sorry, the knight's defending. Knight has to go here. Okay, so it's all very difficult. And then bishop here will checkmate, so you have to take this knight. But now we're getting a rook. Okay, so there's nothing easy at all, basically. But yeah, Antic was
Yeah.
winning.
Also, black has very little in very little pieces in the pocket,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like you have to create out things out of thin air.
You have to be
Just
really precise, exactly. Okay, so there you go. Crazy, but yeah, there were mating ideas for black, but you have to be really precise about them. Okay, um, the real
maybe
Ganota
this
is.
position make it to the highlights. You can add this position.
I can, but it's difficult because
See
it's
highlight.
there's no straight, there's no
One solution.
yeah, there's no one way of doing things exactly.
There are many ideas here,
But yeah,
like
I mean
couple of ideas.
they're all
Takes
the
very
same ideas, but it's like which order you do it in is really not clear. So the ideas are basically
yeah.
this,
It's
this, this even, and this. But you can do them in almost any order, and I think everything works. You can sack the queen first, or you can go knight. Yeah, so you have to do all these sorts of ideas in some order. Yeah. Okay, congratulations, Antic, who goes on to face catask. You will need all the luck you can get for that one. Um, thanks. Um, yeah, thanks for joining me, um, Abhijeet, in the commentary. That was fun to have.
yeah.
Um,
It was a pleasure. It was fun. Even though like I couldn't give good variations because I'm not that strong, but still it was fun
yep,
to
no, you're very good.
expected a very long match. It was like over 2 hours.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go to sleep now because it's like I'm 5 hours ahead of you. Just
Yes, I'm
long time.
sorry for
Yeah.
keeping you up. Okay, good night.
Okay.
Bye.